Some of you might think you're untouchable, that you are above the law. You're not. When there are crimes against roleplay, I will know, and I will come for you. In the YouTube comment section, usually, sometimes even a video. I might make a post about it on the Discord. Write up a report. Let the people know the crimes that have been committed. And, you might not take it so seriously. You might think this is all fun and games. Think again. What we have over here. Massive crime. A channel called The Dungeon Coach thinks he can just get away with it without anyone noticing. But I notice. I know. I'll sniff him out. It's been posted 6 hours ago. A well-established channel. Many a subscriber. He got big names on the show. And what is this, you think? It's a advertisement. Advertisement to his viewers of his game that he's working on. DC-20. He's doing a one-shot adventure. He got the core rules. And got several big names on here. Now most of them I do not know. I usually keep my circles close-knit. I prefer to talk among roleplayer. Well, you cannot understand anything if I have this in my mouth. I prefer to talk with roleplayers, okay? Mr. Rex, I do like his videos. I used to watch them back when I was naive and young. Oh wow, there's so much deep lore hidden in Faerun in the Forgotten Realms. Too bad the company never uses any of it in their published adventures. Just there, rotten away in 40-year-old tomes. Books you cannot even buy anymore. So you see, you might ask, what is this video even about, son? Why did you record this? It's because I'm telling you. Fun is not allowed. No fun allowed. No, you cannot have fun in a role-playing game. Because here, you're supposed to roleplay. This is a video response to some YouTube comments. And I want to address them. Now, over here we got Kingmaker asking why everything is always so silly. Are people capable of playing and GMing a serious game and characters? I say, people are capable. I am capable. Why can't the players navigate the world? It's the GM is taking way too much. The GM is talking way too much. I misread that part. And players barely speak. And it led to some comments in here that I wish to address. Now, we can address the game and then the comments. Maybe we do it that way. In the game itself, you got the game master repeating back to the players what the player said they are doing every single turn. That's a bad habit, man. I understand it comes around very easily. And you look around and a lot of your peers do the same. You look at Critical Role, the player says what they do, and the game master repeats it back to them like they are a child. Like they're saying what they want to do with the doll, but the adult takes it all away and then acts out the scene only cooler. But what do you teach when you do that? You just teach your players. Just go ahead and skip the description part. You don't need that. The game master will do that for you. You teach players to lean back and enjoy the ride. Not on my table. I prefer my players to pull alongside with me, to create the scene, and have an equal share on screen when we roleplay. You might not trust me, but that's okay. I do not need your trust. I got the evidence in my YouTube channel. Specifically under the live section, Lich's Tracks, D&D 5e, 7 chapters. Another problem that I realized early on is a lot of out of character talk between the players and the game masters. Now, this is what some people call cheerleading. You want to encourage the players. Nice, good job, very nice. Wow, fantastic. And you will ask, but detective, what is the problem with that? That's what you do to children. That's the problem. Treat them like adults. 2 of them are already bald. Can't you see it? It's shining so brightly. I was thinking I was looking at the second sun before I realized that's a man. Although, I will say, doesn't look too bad. He rocks the baldness pretty well, Treant Monk, and D&D shorts. The beard gives him some gravitas. Now, the reason not to do it, right, is first of all, you don't have to infantilize your players. And if you want to support your players, you can take what they are saying and just respond how the world would respond. Now you're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. First of all, you stop repeating back to the players what they are doing. They are perfectly capable to describe the scene, which they have done. I've watched 55 minutes, and the players are more than capable of role-playing. And at the same time, you remove wasting time on cheerleading on the players. Now, I will say, there are reasons to do it. Or there are reasons that it has been done. I don't think they are good, but they are relatable. You have new guys on your channel playing with you for the first time. At least, I assume. He might have had talks with them in the past. But in general, they're guests. It's a one-shot. You can't be nervous and all of that. So, if you're not prepared, that might happen. You might let it slip through. Constantly supporting the players with cheerleading behavior. Treating them like children. That's not really needed in a role-playing game. Now let's talk to the comments. The game treated unseriously. Yes, it's a one-shot, and the game's not very serious. If you watch it, that is obvious. And some comments have been made that it's not possible. Now let us address them. Simulok over here. A few things. The character depth is much harder to accomplish in a strictly timed one-shot environment for a couple reasons. But the main thing, it's just 1 session. Additionally, they all do this as their job. So you not have silly banter with coworkers to get away from the day-to-day. We're gonna ignore some of the grammatical mistakes. We are not the grammar police, that's a different department. They're way too charming. Banter at the role-playing table, this is commonplace. But if you want to roleplay, then every time you banter, it cuts into the roleplay. It takes you out of the scene. Now, things you can do is you dedicate time to banter before the game, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Some tables, hey, they might even take an hour. You haven't seen your friends in 2 weeks. It's roleplay night. Let's take an hour to talk and to banter and catch up. Or you can move it after the game. Unwind. You had a great roleplay session. Now it's time to make all of the jokes that came to your minds that you really wanted to say out loud. But you held back because you take your table seriously. When it's time to unwind, you let loose. You unbuckle the belt by a notch or two and let it rip. Perfectly fine. Now if you do it in the middle of the game, that's when the roleplay suffers. And I know this. And it will be critiqued in the YouTube comment sections and in this video. The response: taking something serious does not require more time. As for your second point, you give these guys far too much credit. I will add, we all do jobs. That is not special if you make a YouTube video. So, you don't get special brownie points for being on YouTube and having a job. Welcome to the real world. I didn't make a respond, so you can tell me and judge if I was too critical and too anal about it. Simulog, hello there. You don't need a campaign to run a goofball table. Oh, I actually skipped a whole sentence here. Let me go back. Hello there. You don't need a campaign to have deep characters. You just have to be immersed in the game. It's easy to do. If you just roleplay, even for one shot. And everyone works. That's not an excuse to run a goofball table. You can have a fantastic time playing a serious session. If you really need that social time to unwind, you can plan that in to do before or after. Which is pretty much what I've just said 5 minutes before, so I'm gonna skip the rest. You don't have to sacrifice roleplay. And I got a response by Karate Koala 4270. He said, I am absolutely correct. And I agree, I am. But this is their game, not yours. It's how they like to have fun. And it's a great chance to demonstrate how the game works. This is a system, still in beta. So the focus is making sure mechanics are on point. More than if the world's fleshed out. If you watch any Critical Role, especially the first campaign, they were shooting the shit and drinking and snacking more than anything. They got serious when they realized that it would be a constant thing and not just a few games. Now we had a bit of a back and forth. I wrote a comment. You understand? I wrote a massive comment, taking up every point and replying to it. And what happened? YouTube Automod took it away from me. Now, you might know how it feels, spending 5 minutes thinking and writing up a comment to reply exactly to the problems listed, just to be all being wasted away by some overly zealous police force patrolling the data waves. I did not like it. There we go. So instead I wrote a long, elaborate reply that got removed. I love nanny YouTube not telling me what I cannot say. Rest assured, I wish you a good day but disagreed on all of your statements. Cheers. And he came back to me. Oh, interesting. He did came back to me. But he removed his comment. Karate Koala, you think you can escape me? Let's see. Oh, there we have it. It's right here. He does not want you to know. If you disagree with everything I said, including the fact it isn't your game, I would love to hear the response to that at least. So there you go. This is what was posted. Now it's not here anymore. It's been removed. Because I responded. I'm not writing a reply for the automated to randomly delete again. But if I got some free time, I'll make a video respond on this game and your comment. If you do, I'll tag your name in the description. Cheers. There you go, guys. Was I being too hot? Perhaps. I cannot lie. I get a bit passionate about the hobbies I love. Not everybody cares about the crimes committed against roleplay. But I take my job seriously. We got some other people in here. You do have to imagine. This is probably the first time playing together. And tensions is probably high from that. And trying to showcase the new mechanics. I wouldn't imagine it to be easy to run a recorded game with some popular D&D names. And comedy usually helps to ease tensions. I personally came from the combat mechanics and I love to see them in action. There we go. We got a lot more comments. It's amazing. It arrived, let's go. People being cheerleaders. Now, people can like you, but that does not make your content good. For the same reason people can hate me. It doesn't make my content bad. My content is bad because I did not write a script and recorded it anyways. That's the reason. Know the difference. Now why can't fun be allowed? I could just walk by as the crime against roleplay is committed, not say anything. But I know in my heart, that's not right. That's not how Mama raised me. I'm not gonna disappoint her. So, here is my rebuttal for you guys. You fine folks that listen to me, that watch this crime. You play for the first time with a group of people? I understand. We all have some shakes the first time around. And you shake them off as good as you can. And for that, I will give leeway. Now, saying that it's going to be extra pressure because they are popular D&D names, I call bullshit. If they're big names, they know. And if they know, they will accommodate you to fit on the level and make your job easier. Because they, of all people, as YouTubers, on YouTube recording a D&D session, understand the pressure that comes with that. Now, if they cannot help you to calm your nerves, then you are making DC20's job harder than it has to be. So you want to showcase the mechanics of DC20, right? For that, I think it's acceptable. You can showcase DC20 by talking about the mechanics after the game. If you do it in the middle of the game, all you're showcasing is that you don't really value roleplay. And you easily throw it under the bus just to talk about mechanics, which I disrespect. Well, not on my tables, we use the mechanics. We just don't talk about them. It's like the motor of the car. It stays under the hood. You don't pull the hood open while you're still driving. You can't see anything out of the windshield when you do that. So keep the hood closed. In this specific case, you are doing two things at the same time. And that's why it's a problem. On the one hand, you showcase the mechanics so that people that watch it understand how the game's supposed to be played, and you can sell them on the game. On the other hand, you are doing advertisement. This is not about creating a one-shot that is enjoyable to watch. This is selling the game to the audience because you've invited big YouTube channels, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So this is a marketing push. So you choose which one you want it to be. Is it marketing or is it roleplay? To the point of Critical Role being more serious now. I've watched 400 episodes. All they have achieved. Well, they have achieved many things, and I will not take their achievements away. But at the role-playing table, they have calcified their mistakes. It has become the table culture to talk in the middle of role-playing scenes, to shout loudly, to cheer each other on every time there's a 20 rolled. Like it's a pachinko machine and you got 3 sevens in a row. They're playing it more like gamblers than role players. It's a simple choice. I do look down on it. But there you go. That is the truth. How can you call it more serious when the players spend whole sessions lollygagging around, not really pursuing any goal for their characters? And the game master has to create everything. The whole world, the whole universe, every faction, every NPC. To the point where they have to hire multiple writers to flesh out the different zones, the different factions, and add to the lore of the world. That's a product being sold after all. Release it as a campaign book, make some money. Clever move, not roleplay. All the lore in the world is not needed to be able to roleplay. What you need is the framing of where you are and what you do and what you say. The game master is gonna react how the world would react. When you push into the fog that is undefined, the game master will invent something that fits in its place. Just because you play a game doesn't mean you have to invent the whole universe. And if you do, it doesn't mean that you're taking your game serious. Alright. There was another comment. It's a one-shot. It's a beer and pretzels game. I did not deny that. I know. That's why I'm criticizing it. It is a beer and pretzels game. That is correct. Now, I think that's good enough for this video. I can't think of much more to add. Except it was pretty disappointing for the other mods to stop my comments. Because they were... Well, I don't know. YouTube doesn't tell you why. They just censor you. That's how it goes. I'm gonna leave it here. Put it up on YouTube. I will see you guys around for the next crime against roleplay.